Hi everyone, in part 3 of this tutorial, I'll show you how to make custom hooks to make API calls and handle error and loading states at a single place. This is Kumar Saurav and you are watching this channel called Screens where I post videos related to design and development. So please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for videos like this. So last time we made the login page, and when we enter the credentials, we hit our backend server and got the token from the server and then use it to make we'll use that to make the subsequent API calls. For now, I just pasted it in the profile. Okay, and on the home we had this logout button. When pressing on logout, we were thrown to login screen again. So I'll just log in again. So in this tutorial, what I'll do is I'll make an API call to fetch the profile, and also I'll make an API call to fetch the recipes from the server. Okay, so let's start. So let's go to, first we need to, what I'll do is I'll move the logout button to the profile screen. Okay, so I'll just move. So now I need to copy over the styles as well. And let's go ahead and copy it. And now we need to import sign out as well. So we'll get sign out from our context. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check. So I have the logout button. Let's log out. Everything is working fine. So that is great. So we have moved our logout button to profile. So now what I'll do is I'll make an API call to get the user profile from the server using that user token. So for that, I need to have three states: user and set user. Okay, and we need two more states which are loading and error. So we'll use loading. Set loading, and the initial state of set loading will be true. So whenever somebody enters this page, the state will be loading. Okay, so instead of the third state which we need to use is error. Okay, and we'll set error as null as well. Okay, we need to import set state, and we'll also import use effect. Okay, so now we need this. So I'll create the use effect hook. The second parameter takes the dependency. Okay, and we'll create a async function. Async function load user. And in load user, we'll make the API call. So first let's call load user now. So let's go ahead and response. We need to await. So let's copy this from here. So we need this. Okay, cool. So we need to finish the response. Instead of login, I'll just call the API ME, and we need to add certain conditions here. If if the response is not okay, okay, so this is the typo here. We need to add set error, and in set error I will add a message, error loading profile. Okay, and if everything is fine, I'll go ahead and set the user. So we need to get the data from response. Okay, and we'll set user and use data, and then we'll also set loading as false. Okay, so I'm so sorry here. So this would be use state rather than set state. Okay, I'll just change it quickly. Use state. Okay, so everything is fine now. So we need to remove these from here. Let's see. Okay, so we have the profile. So we are not getting user.username and the email. So let's check why it is happening. So I think that users and data. Okay, let's just console log here. Okay, so we need to await it. So let's go ahead and add await here. Okay, so now we got our email and the username. So that is cool. Okay, so we'll get rid of this line here. Okay, so this is pretty much it we need to do for every API call which we need to make. So basically we need to add the fetch in the use effect, and then check the states. If error or error, if we get some error from the server, we display the error, and if the data is fetching from the server, we display the state called loading. And finally we display our user. So let's go ahead and move to home, and here we had, so let's get rid of this. Okay, okay, so now on home what we'll do is I'll create a on home we'll fetch the recipes from the server. So in order to do that, I think we need to copy everything from, so I'll just go ahead and copy a bunch of stuff from profile. So basically we'll have everything same, and let's go to home, and then we can, okay, so instead of load user we'll have load recipes. So let's go ahead and change this to recipes, and change set user to set recipes, and then we'll have loading and error state as same. So we don't need sign out, we need the user token. We'll call the use effect, instead of load user I'll call load recipes, and the endpoint for it would be recipes. So it is get, so we add the token, we check for the error, we get the data and set the data to set recipes. Okay, set loading as false, and instead of load user I'll call load recipes. Okay, so it is dependent on user token. If the error is there, we'll display error. If loading is there, I'll display loading. So we don't need this. Yeah. So now we would need a, okay, so let's go ahead and import it really quickly. So we'll have use effect, use state. Okay, and okay, so now we need to have a flat list to display the data. So as the data is a list, so I'll use the flat list. So let's go ahead and create flat list first. So I'm not styling anything as of now. I'll just style it later on. So we need to, okay, so flat list is there. So now we need to, so let's go ahead and quickly check out the flat list documentation. So I'll just copy paste from here. Okay, so flat list will take data and it will also need an item. Okay, so item is basically a component which will take the each recipe and display it. So for that, okay, let's go ahead and create, so instead of data this will be recipes, and let's go ahead and quickly create the recipe item component. So we need to import React Native, also put file component, then I'll have a container, and let's have a text. Okay, and then we'll have a function called recipe item. We spread the props here, so we need the props would be title, let's see, and ingredients and underscore id. Although we'll not use id, but let's keep it there. So what I'll do is return go ahead and change this to description. Let's go ahead and change this to ingredients. So it will be ingredients. Okay, let's go ahead and export it. Okay, and in home I'll import it first. Let's go ahead and import the component recipe item. Okay, so instead of item it will be recipe item, and here we need to spread the props or the item. So I'll just spread it. Okay, so let's see what happened here. So text string must be rendered within the text component. So I think there's something wrong here. Okay, so instead of text view, it will be text. Okay, so now you can see that I have a list of recipes here. Okay, in a flat list. So that is cool. Okay, so now you can see that there is a similarity between profile and home. We make the API call when the component is loaded. We have two states which are loading error, and the third state is the actual data which we get. So the code of the both is almost same. So what we need to do is what I'll show you here is use the custom hook to create. We'll create a custom hook and extract out the common functionality of error and loading, and then when loading is done, I'll pass the data directly to the child. So let's go ahead and see how it works. I did create a video before as well, how to make this custom hook. Okay, I'll leave the link above. So let's go ahead and see how it can be done. So first of all, we need to extract the API calls to api.js. So what I'll do is I'll create a file called api.js. Okay, so let's go ahead and create functions which will. So first we need to create a function called getProfile. Okay, so getProfile. GetProfile will take basically a token. So GetProfile will take a token, and then it will. So what I'll do is I'll just go to profile and then copy everything from here to this thing. Okay, so let's and then return the response. Okay, and we need to change this to async function, and user token will be the token. Okay, good. So also I'll just create a construct called base URL, and copy this. Sorry, I'll remove this. And we need to change this to string literals. So basically it will be a $base URL, and it will be me. Okay, let's go ahead and import it in the profile and see if it is working. So I will do name float. Oh, sorry. So we need to change the location of api.js to app level, and then I'll just and instead of this we need to get profile user token here. So let's see if everything works fine. So you can see that everything is working fine. So this is now you can see that everything remains the same, and as expected the username and the email is displayed here. So what I'll do is I'll just move the API call from home.js as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and export async function. It will be get recipes and it will also take token. Okay, and then we'll return the user token. We'll take token here and it will be recipes. Okay, cool. So now we have moved out the get recipes as well. So let's go ahead and change this to get recipes. So let's see, everything is working fine. So I think everything is working fine. So we extracted the API calls on in the API.js. Let's go ahead and create two components, which are error component, error.js, and I'll just have a container. So let's create a view first. Okay, then I'll have a text as usual. Yeah, we keep on misspelling constant. I don't know why. And then we'll get a function called error and props. We don't need props actually, so we'll just return container, and inside the container we'll have a text. Oh, actually we'll have a props which will be message and code. Okay, so let's see, let's assume that the error is in the format message and code. So I'll okay, so we need to export error now. So I will go ahead and create the loading component just like the error component. So let's go ahead and copy and paste it. Let's rename it to loading. Okay, and instead of loading, it will be, instead of error, it will be loading. Okay, and we don't want any props here. So instead of this, we'll just display our text loading. Okay, and then we'll export loading. Okay, so now we have our loading container as well, sorry, loading component as well. Now we need to make the custom so we need to make the custom hook now. So I'll just create a custom hook called use. Let's call it use fetch loader. Yes. Okay, I'll go ahead and paste bunch of stuff here. So in my last example, I called it as use fetch data. So let's rename this to use fetch data. Okay, so let's change this. Okay, cool. So we now have our use fetch data custom hook. So basically this will take an action. So action will be basically an API call which we need to make, and based on so we'll just have three states here: error, is loading, and data. And we'll call the function load data, and load data will await the action. So action is basically the API call which we are going to make. So I'll just show you in a moment how we are going to use it. So it will await the action, and when we get the action, we'll change the flag to set loading as true. And if we get any error, we need to set the is loaded to true and set the error to E. Okay, so this is cool. So let's go ahead and create another component, which is so we'll create a component which will use this custom hook, and basically it will make the API calls and give the data back to the children. So I copied over fetch data from my previous example. So let's format it. So let's see how it works. So basically what it will do is it will use fetch data, so which is the use fetch data hook from here. Let's import the error component. So basically this will be error, and we need to import it from component / error. Okay, and it will be our loader. So basically this is the loading component which we made. Okay, and it will be again, I'll import it from components. Okay, I'll replace this with error, and I'll replace this with loader. Okay, cool. So basically what it is doing is that it is using the use fetch data custom hook, and we are passing the action in it. So we'll take action as a prop, and we'll also take children as a prop, and then using that action we'll call that custom hook, and we'll deconstruct the response from the use fetch data, which is in this format. So we return data is loaded or error. So we'll just use that here as well. And if we have any error, I'll just display the error. And if the state is loading, I'll display the loading. And if the data is there, if the data is not there, I'll just return null. And if there is data, I'll pass the data on to the children. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to use it in one of the components. One more thing which I'll show you here is how to create a custom error class. So that also you can see from my previous example, but for now I'll just copy paste it here. So basically, okay, so basically HTTP error class is extends from error class, and will make our custom handling for any HTTP error. So it will contain message and status code, and so we need to change our component here in error to abide by that message. So it will have name message and a status code. So let's change it to name message and error code. So it will be name message and status code. Okay, here we'll display the message. Okay, cool. So okay, so one more thing we need to change in our api.js file. What we'll be doing here is okay, so we need to just import this as well. Let's move our HTTP error to the root folder as well, to the app folder. So okay, so what I am doing here is basically, if we are checking for the response here as well. So if the response is not okay, I'll throw the HTTP error and set the message and the status code to response.status text and response.status. Okay, same thing we need to do for get recipes as well. And one more thing we need to do is we need to slightly change the implementation of the function here. So we need to change it like this. Change the implementation of this API function like this. So basically token will be carried over here, and basically this is something like the thunk, if you have used thunk with Redux. Okay, so when you use fetch data here, so this is basically awaiting an action, so action will return the response back here. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the get recipes as well, like that. So I just change it to constant get recipes. This will be an async function. Okay, so we'll change it like this, and then finally we need to make changes to our profile and home. So let's go ahead and make changes to home first. So we'll not be needing a lot of stuff here, so I'll just remove a bunch of stuff and then import the use fetch data and our fetch data components. Use fetch data, so I'll just import use fetch data component here. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. We do not need we need the recipe item. We'll be needing, so we'll not be needing these. So instead of this, we'll be okay, so we don't need this as well. Okay, we don't need this. So what I'll do is import fetch data from, okay, actually fetch data and fetch data will also be at this level. So I'll move it, and use fetch data will also be the app level. So it has nothing to do with screen. So I'm doing it on the top level, which is the app folder. So let's see if the dependency is fulfilled here. I think it should be. We have use fetch data. Okay, so everything is fine. I'll just head back to our home.js and import fetch data. Okay, and in fetch data, so basically what we need to do is we'll wrap our flat list inside the fetch data. Okay, and basically this will pass on the data from here. So what we need to do is, so basically we need to do it like this. Okay, so this will contain the recipes. Okay. Okay. So basically this will contain our data, and we need to pass action here. So action, okay, so basically the action will be get recipes. Okay, so let's see what is the problem here. So it is saying unable to resolve module error component. So I think something is wrong in fetch data, obviously, because we moved it from the screens folder to, okay, so it would be, I think this should fix it. Okay, we needed to change the path for error component, and also we need to change the path for loading component. Okay, so let's go ahead and reload. So basically I think we saw the loading, but we could not see the data. So let's see what is happening here. So let's go to home, and this is the thing which was get recipes. Okay, so get recipes will take token. I think we missed the token here. So basically we need to pass the user token. Okay, so we can see that our emojis are loaded now. So our recipes are loaded. So when I refresh it, you can see that loading the loading component was rendered, and then after we get the data was rendered. So let's go ahead and quickly change that thing in profile as well. So in profile, what we need to do is get rid of all these. Okay, and we need to get rid of this as well. We don't need this. So what we'll do is import. Let's go ahead and import the fetch data component from okay, and we need to wrap everything inside fetch data. So what I'll do is I will wrap fetch data and leave out. So I leave out the logout button because that is not that has nothing to do with fetch data. Okay. And we need to wrap everything inside. So instead of user, it will be data. Let's see if it is working. No, I don't think so it is working. Let's go ahead and console log the data. Oh, sorry, so we need to pass the action as well. So we need to pass action, and action will be get recipes, get profile, sorry, and we'll pass user token there. Let's head back to profile. I think now the return this actually means return set is missing, or okay, yeah, obviously we need to return this. Okay, so now we can see that we have our username and email. So I had to wrap these two inside a root root element. So I have provided a empty root element here. So I think it will work fine. So now we can see that we have extracted the logic of fetching data and displaying the error and the loading state inside the use fetch data custom hook, and we can reuse it in different places. So this is a very handy thing which you can also make in your application and reuse everywhere. So most of the applications, most of the screens in the application would contain the similar functionality. So this can be very helpful. So let's go ahead and remove this as well. Okay, so I think everything is working fine. So let's go ahead and check it once again. So I just log out, log in, and when I go to home, I get all my recipes, which is cool. So in coming tutorials, hopefully I'll style this, style these components to look a little bit better. But for today's tutorial, this is it. Thank you for watching the video, and also like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these kind of tutorials. So part 4 will be coming very soon. Press that bell icon to get the notification.